in a post made by Bonds QPH last September 18th, in which we discussed the additional information about the submarine acquisition program. We already stated that one capability the AFP wants to have with its top-of-the-line units like submarines is to have long-range strike capabilities. Before, the doctrine that molds the revised AFP modernization program was primarily focused on defense. Now, with the rehorizoning of the Horizon 3 procurement, a lot of changes did happen. Before, the focus of procurements was only for defense, but as Jen Bronner has confirmed, the AFP wants to have a long-range strike capability beyond the country's territory. Why does the AFP seek this type of capability? The capacity of our defense force to hold any assault is limited. The military can't sustain an attritional type of conflict in which emphasis on defense is important. With this, the AFP will have to intercept any assault coming from an aggressor, and this attritional type of defense will wear out defense force material capacity in the process. The AFP must inflict damage to the enemy's supply system, and interdict their rear echelons to dissuade them from further attacks. And for that, the AFP considers long-range strike capabilities as part of their acquisitions in Horizon 3. It means having a weapon system that can strike outside the country's territory beyond the exclusive economic zone and even to the enemy's backyard if possible. And with that, long-range missile systems are the option for the AFP. But there's a catch with this: the range of any export version of the long-range missile system the Philippines can have. As per the Missile Technology Control Regime provision, the allowed range for any export variant of any long-range missile system is only limited to 300 kilometers. With this range, the AFP can only hit targets that are beyond the country's EEZ, while the enemy main bases are well beyond that range. To compensate for that limited range, the launching platform of that missile system should close the distance to its intended target, and it means using aircraft, ships, and submarines that are capable of deploying the said missile systems. Combat aircraft that can sneak onto enemies' defenses, against their interceptors and anti-air systems just to deploy its cruise missiles, so to the naval surface vessels that should overcome the vast numbers of naval assets the opposing fleet can deploy against the few that the Philippines have. And with this, submarines will be vital. Submarines that can stay submerged undetectable for a long period. Though the option now for launching platforms is only centered on aircraft, ships, and submarines, Bonds QPH does not remove the possibility for the AFP to seek ground-launch long-range strike capabilities, which is a much more efficient and safer way of delivering long-range missile system, as the launching platform is within the country's land mass protected by different defense systems. The AFP will have its taste in operating ground-launch cruise missile systems with the impending arrival of the BrahMos missile systems from India. Though the configuration of the incoming BrahMos missile is for anti-ship, the system also has its land attack versions, and Bonds QPH believes the AFP is also keen to have this BrahMos missile variant. But again, the range of the BrahMos missile export variant is limited, and in this Bonds QPH believes that the DND is also open for joint development of any weapon system, which Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro discussed during the DND's budget hearing. Though Secretary Teodoro emphasizes joint ventures, the AFP needs to be more sustainable, like ammunitions and other simple systems. But we don't rule out the fact that AFP will be seeking a jointly developed missile technology in the future. Well, this is a long shot, but the president's father, the late Ferdinand Marcos Sr., is a firm believer in missile and rocket technology self-reliance defense posture projects, and it will not be a surprise if his son follows his late father's lead in this venture.